Okay, hi guys, Mr. Who's a Boss here, and this is going to be my follow-up review of the Redmi Note. This is by Chinese manufacturer Xiaomi, and you may remember I did a full review of this device around a month ago, and I was just astounded at what it could do, so we'll now see whether that has changed, and, whether or not I've actually found any issues with the device. So, to start with, I'd like to say that the UI has really grown on me. I kind of had the initial impression that it might get old quite quickly, because, there's a lot of animation going on here, and sometimes, you'd almost think it would get quite frustrating, because things are actually a little bit slower than they would be on, say, a stock Android device, where everything is just snappy and straight to the point. But actually, I really, really like it, and I think that when you actually go back to a stock Android device after using this, you kind of almost feel like you're missing out on something. Okay, now one of the things that did irritate me was that there's only 6.3 gigabytes of available storage, which is, not exactly massive, but obviously there is a benefit that you can now put an SD card in, up to 32 gigabytes, so there is plenty of storage, but barely any of it is internal, so yeah. Now the notification LED is something that I didn't mention before, and is actually very, very useful, and you can just choose any color you want to, and assign it to anything you want. Now also there's the light mode, which actually makes things even more easy to use, so yeah, that's really good for first time users of smartphones. Now the gaming performance is something I was really blown away by when I actually first used the device, and that has not changed at all. I mean, every single game I've played runs pretty much flawlessly, albeit some have a few frame rate drops, but generally speaking, the gaming experience is one of the best I've ever seen. The screen is still, very bright, very vibrant, and compares very well to competing smartphones. So yeah, in terms of gaming phone, I'd say this is one of the best you can buy. So the game we're actually seeing here is Cut the Rope 2, and I'm sure you've heard of it, and if not, you should definitely check it out, because it is a fun game, and it is free, but it's one of those games that sort of probably slightly overdoes the whole in-app purchases, watching ads after sort of having a go kind of games, and can get a little frustrating, but the actual gameplay itself is really, really fun. So hopefully you can tell the speakers in the background also sound pretty nice. Now they're not the loudest speakers on a smartphone, but they're more than loud enough, and in terms of sound quality, they're above average. So, using an Antutu benchmark, you can see that device's performance is really up there. I mean, it's sort of a little bit lower than something like the Galaxy S5 or the HTC One M8, but in terms of actually day-to-day performance, you're not even going to be able to tell the difference. So, in just about every single department, it has top-of-the-line specifications, and even a month later, it's still very, very powerful for its price. It also has a Mali 450MP GPU, which is a step above the Mali 440, and you can really tell when it comes to benchmarks and performance-stressing applications like games. Now there are also a couple of built-in applications which I didn't manage to have a go at first time round, but they're incredibly useful. Now the first one is called Junk Advanced, and basically this will search through all the files in your phone and just basically clear all the things that aren't being used. So this includes cache files, residual files, temporary files, and all these sorts of things, and you'd be amazed at how much space this actually takes up. Sometimes, when you have a device and you sort of use it for a bit and it says more space is taken up than you can actually see, it's for those kind of things, so that's really great. It's also worth noting that the phone does come rooted and unlocked, which is, it's beyond awesome. And one of the other really cool things is the security app, which actually shows you the current level of performance of your device compared to where it could be. And in one click you can literally just optimize everything. Protection, cache files, memory usage, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is again a really, really great app, and you can actually tell the difference in terms of performance, at least when you're using benchmarks. So the battery life on the device is also really, really good, so there must be some efficient plumbing going on here. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.